Right, let's do this. Once more, me ma ubia happy new year. Baby bia will be like I say official pa. The best answer than Yamiasi, so I'm a week we are covered here. And more importantly, what's I mean with the year 2022. I know say last week, any I can say, yeah, which was on the last show, you take it that week off. Let's do this. I was the last show was on the 26th. Yes, the one year could be Christmas in the Bible. Which marks today being 2nd January of the year 2022. Tebema inina ye ho official pa. Yeah, ne sanso no ne share program no. And you're very very brief. This is what we intend to do, or this is what we are like, this is what we are going to do. Let me put it that way. You see, analyze the changes are coming under the prophetic ministry at Ghana. And no every one of my since our police need the order nearby, under the command of the IGP. The notion is he's attacking the Christians or the prophetic side of the Christendom. But some of the Orthodox churches normally yes like Jewed, once Sunday there. The actual target at the new that sort of numerous prophecies coming from Prophet Uzibemba, coming from Nigeria, we didn't see this time around. It didn't me who you cry say after the Chino Achibe book or Troy, and things fall apart. It got to a point that some of them were trying to say after the like, I mean, directly or indirectly, Nigeria was referring to Ghana. Say he also being smart. He's trying to get a message out there. But that, according to him, the repressive system I want Ghana, and today we are yet to find out whether the religious institutions normally feel the same. But general public has been divided. The remarks coming from some of Ghanaians and they say the IGP in order not the buyer, it is some sort of sanity be about system. Because first nobody go for privacy be go about too much. And we be witching we be say. This time around here, when it's and young corners are. Tell me, posted at the on the wall. So, do we need this prophetic messages as we enter the year 2022? In a lot of comments. And then, say that be a more can. You best some look at crowd. Enquire prophet walk and then, a very young prophet. Somebody last week, ye show no. Or the message be by now talking about this 2020, even though name drew or the prophetic events. Say, with MPP conference, Alan LED Baumia, name of national need, which was 3 years from now, who said, Excellency John Dramani Mahama LED Alan Shamatin. That's that young prophet. The church belonging to Kingdom Mandate Devotion. I know it's a prayer group, so I'm more church. And I say, any bigger line is not my intro. So the first section, anke dear commercial, and no be man again near commercial. Yeah, mano, they are telling also version about the cost of Ghana. No only say Bimu says our decision affected the fortunes of MPP come 2024. As in a way, people feel say they are silencing the Christendom. And they do have intent, or more, but I be or more yes, as a time be bar, say the baby to get to a point, Grandpa Savidi, their long term goal. Ombabe try to manage the churches. When I say to manage the churches, we are my churches not comply. The next thing I be when they will begin to detect the church. You only go to church on Sundays or evening, so that they can get more people into the labor force. Some also hold on to the view, say, the purpose in terms of government, yes, I say, in a way, they critique culture of silence so that they don't preempt anything in the mindset of the people. Therefore, Akufo-Addo can impose in a favor. These are some of the conspiracy theories and Nama Bonte. Tuning, you best secure views, from these two men of God, which is young Elijah and Prophet Walker, as always in any issue. Because he's the founder of this show program with BMZ on design a man. I'm not saying it started here from beginning up to present date. But more comments are more the banner. Say any one way. As time goes, different people be not necessarily somebody helping. I mean, some people may also be opposing to the religious beliefs, they understand about spiritualism, and there will be some who will also side with it. We will bring such people on board so that you acquire knowledge. So, say the next 3-4 minutes, I'm starting to show. Now, prophecies need to be brave and buy as compared to what happened in the year 2021, year Remun. Who said messages are prophets and the buy were entirely different from what we saw today, now 2 days ago, which was the first night. I listened to Salifu Amuakun very well. I listened to Prophet Emmanuel Bedikobi. I listened to Prophet Ozubeba. And I listened to Nigel Gazi. I listened to Jewa Edu. And I listened to this young man, he called himself Omainable for. I'll say, you see the African spirit or something. Yeah. First, one friend, they used to call him Captain. I also listened to him. Once a prophecy in Ebimodeba, and he's like, that was like last week, before 31st, Prophet Walker, but Prophet Walker limited to global prophecies. But it happens to be such a take that trend. They were much interested in giving prophecies outside their own country than the Wufi. I follow some of the social media trend. Most of them are saying, say, as of one Akasakura, I'm disappointed. Now, almost an example be say sellers and then I say sellers more. I can yamesam MEABD be muko good prison. Amukrano and formal. But enough way there, I said the Mukakra. Now, even though this is not the law, just an IGP can put an issue order and then you so it's kind of like the embarrassment, not necessarily say I bring it to Christendom. No. Because Christians in Bikram, some of the Protestants and the Orthodox one, it be opposite to Sadi. So, yeah, but I mean, the most important question is whether say the prophetic ministry is under attack. What is the intent in this particular government? Because if people say it is even Rollins in his dictatorial nature, why not Ghana for us of us? Fine, under the AFRC PNDC, when encounters be what happened to so far more Akomone 1 or 2. But your magic to your 90s, no. I mean, he worked fine with these prophets, but that does not mean that but who actually determines that? What I believe in is that it should be the position of the court, not necessarily the executive power. That's why I had a problem with Asofo, the prophetic ministry of Ghana, Sebiu, Salifo Makodano. What I was thinking is a basa no, next time challenge the police order or court, placing injunction on before 31st night. None of them made that effort. So they themselves were divided. It ends up so many as international prophets. So, Mama, yeah, share program no na. right. The intent, yes, share pictures, not say the defame you. It's for the purpose of the show now. You show Salif, Prophet Salif Omako and Prophet Usubempa. For to my understanding, what during my research in the course of the week, I learned says Prophet Salif Omako and a year the president he chairs the prophetic ministry Ghana. On your left, on the Shakwai seat, on your right, which is Prophet Usubempa, as claimed as a no. I mean, I don't know how they gave him the title. A lot of people have their own opinion when it comes to that. But on so the nation's prophet. To go share, police will issue order no. Say, Momo coming out with prophecies a bit creative, fear and panic. That was in summary. He wasn't telling them not to, but they shouldn't. But as to who determined what fear and panic and from my understanding was based on common sense. But almost a press conference, I know Joshua J came out earlier on, issue statement, a caution, ne colleagues ni nyinaa. A movie on and me who say Professor Ali from also came out with a statement before 31st night, which was a day before. And also also colleagues, said this is the issue. Even though other now IGP in the Abano and then Sasha said, yeah, please you but it's what it is. But this time around, so normal prophecy, it has said almost very down on it. It's like it's not as some of us we've been observing in the past years. So, question I'll be brave, Busa on most of the social media platforms. Is that how long to me control your almost personal? Is that how to me a director of the other thing in other normal? Because this time around, said national leaders now, Kasana public figures, no say, Okufo, Sebio, Excellency, Jukufo, Mahaman, Excellency. We need a wife, we better know where we be cancer, we be heart attack. It's a whole lot. That aspect, it be believe the sanity about. On the other hand, some people also hold on to their beliefs, in a way, almost control media, Sorry, almost control the charismatic movement, In doing so, their goal in the long run, government will start coming out with directives, okay? And this is what I said. The police order no it's a security order and your fundamental right. And here is the case, you are talking about one's important two rights here. You're talking about one's freedom of expression and one's religious right. These are fundamental human rights. Where Mihusa suffer on almost lucky kakra and say, Nessa almost consulting lawyers maybe. Normal help you so that they could have seek court order to injunct the IGP. Yes, can we impose injunction on the IGP? Because any order no ain't take effect. They will go on with their prophetic. We the 31st be now. Come we are na IGP no must study various prophecies thereby and then the IGP can pick them on a civil issue. Either they were defamation. And the individuals are affected. Any bit to me, it doesn't necessarily have to be say a state. And I don't know why I said right now this issue that's all my state number involved. The state concern here should be focused or should be limited to security issues. Say, oh, you be cool. Here we be cool. These are some of the issues IGP to me a step in. What I say. But as to individual ones normal giving it there, it should be between the prophets and the individuals. But as you see, the police is playing two roles here. They are playing the role to address several issues and addressing criminal issues. That one they need some more the absolute authority to handle. The whole name say prophets but what are the reactions? These two gentlemen enter line so. First off, you best start. We are trying to say any prophet Elijah. You best start in if we are there the rest of the time, no, Eddie Amma prophet Walker. Yes, Ella. Good evening.
Hello, Senior.
Yeah, good evening. It's your Facebook.
Uh, oh, okay, that's nice.
You know, you introduce
That,
you say, and your first time. To my brief introduction, kakra. Now, actually, your background.
oh,
Now, if you call more issues, so now you two topics I become once and partner.
okay, okay. Good evening to all your viewers and or listeners. May the Papa Elijah. I hope say now we should go English or
No,
anyway.
we cheat.
Oh, okay. Okay, me the Papa Elijah. Me that Kingdom Monday devotion no. And this evening no. And just say my become of her.
Sure.
If I think that we can cry, you're okay. No, I cry. Yeah, no, I cry.
Now, yeah, say, let's do this. I know, sir, idea a buy, and yet, why affected. See, looking at the other police from the buy, how is the prophetic ministry organ taking? Do you guys feel, sir, is the state coming after the prophetic ministry? And now, say, is the prophetic ministry under attack?
Exactly. There is an attack on the prophetic ministry. An attack on the prophetic ministry because ministries you will be the eguma hodro. With the prophetic no, unyamene de asem no asomao. It will the say over kwaka, ebi wa or the bokoko, ebi wa a good news, ebi also a bad news. It will there you are just a messenger rather than asem asomao. So for the IGP to come out with such a letter no. To warn men of God, no, honestly, I saw for any a deep one pennyful be or her. Nyama and missing common fambrano. Ebimu codino, ebimu so kasa in spiritual languages. At the end of the day, the members do dona and tiasie, and or whom put me so a bompire. You know, it's an attack on the ministry, on the prophetic ministry. Now, I am a say, anya any other government than government to ya. The bomb pie dear nine good, you do in go to the good from bomb pie ma or more. Am I ready to see you super mobile power no? Or money this say a ministry no? Arrow. And it will have a toll on them 2024.
All right. So let's look at it also from the national perspective. The entire public has been divided into two. Say from meme search and survey on most of the social media. It be this time around the sanity abagana. Because Kanene a for in the coming week. And they are just going to discuss what the media is actually going to focus on is the power of the state. How the state has been able to conquer more ministry, which is the prophetic ministry, because in the past, media sit down, they take about a week or two, they call these prophets and they analyze various prophecies. And why don't you also look at it? Say, and also it's not helping the state from that angle.
Yeah, with I don't know, makes me say sanity ne yes a day aba, but I think say they didn't go by in a proper way. There were quite fast. There are so many ways of killing a cat, and at times too, me blaming some men of God. No, there are some private prophetic words are unya. Nipa no ebi owa busia ebi ayo nipa bi obetimi early due to them ebi te say wa be hye nkom say we bewu no wabo nipa ne din nipa ne public figure one ote a oye nipa ehu ne nkwa betimi akuno even before say prophetic word na ebe manifest it. I think that some of the prophets we should learn how to go about ways of disseminating prophetic words enye de bia na bibia na eba bedwam ebe to bomb saa egu ho ye ewuo ni nyama ehu no ye nkata embe prophesy o ye be hye nkom no but no ye hye no kasababuo mu ye hye no kasababuo o hwe bible ma prophet Agabus okopon nchen ena odi ntoma chechire odi ade chechire Paul nsa ena odi gu nachi na o ka kire Paul say ye be arrest no na ye be kwa akwache na koku no owie no na onte de wa ya akire no na se because na e woni pam the same way ena nyankopon soma prophet Nathan eko David ho ena David boni a wadi no nyame de prophet na akoka kire no ena David kan se story kire Nathan Nathan can say story che David eno busa say David say obi ye say anke enya ne den David kasa we ya no say Awurade say eya wa na wo ye saa boni we enti Nyankopon kasa ne de on kasa plainly and share prophet. He speaks with codes, he speaks with heavenly languages, be with symbols, be with creatures, animals near there. It will be now bompire no amount who answer how to go about it. How the back about things. It to me, the sanity, a yes, etiniaba, but letter no quiet to say after a warning a deep one. And when I enter Kakrano, because a deep one in other Christian bodies, and they have Christian leadership bodies, Christian Council or Pentecostal Council or Prophetic Gender Association, Gabriel or it's in community leaders make us say one of them call for in Kasa say afino ye who mo do no. They should know how to handle it. Minimum them free say and can no be better kakra but say any there e di who be share a deal for them. Ama you finding ways and means be so at the prophetic word no. But no there ya woman say members na anti no. Omo nyina omo mompa ye ndisi anhwe ya dodo na Awurade bi so no ebesi 2022 ni mu.
Also, I'm a public. I'm a public. I like me. I'm bringing it publicly. And now say members na clarity into na wujidi say bet to me any impact about it. Because your mom here and said the omo here ni debiana. But say last time omo give you prophecies and so events in Bible where that see road accidents here that see am robbery that see ana.
Ni nyina ano that see HSA. And I make there are some of them are inevitable. Untimi avoid it. Ade bi o ha nyame ya che but o ye den obeye ene bi wo ho so obetimi abompaye na out of mercy no wo hu ye mobo no watimi atwe free ho but senka members ni nya awareness na ebe mo obi hu said the all born empire. I remember say me prophecies no ba come recording in a way bi in a proverbial way na a church accident and second Ghana ha eno ne accident e ti wa ha be 4 or 5.
Oh sir,
so it is some of and I paid you say around 5:30 a.m. Commercial just so kind so. I'm a nipa me say and run so I can't keep kind so and it's nipa 6 and run so N1 highway in so sir. And I shall say bank account but my members aware though we not go into details to say personal ones to say but who's the president will be but who's say but young mom na after no accident wom yanya hweye na your mompire enka obi abe Kenya no wire no abompire but because of how this year prophet is now out in proverbial ways any ade no enti abema members na relax Christians ebe relax kakra yani bete ye ho no na nyama boni na shati esi.
But you know what I'm also thinking, so muka say ya mama nya the public na and I say members na nya the message, you know, very clear, no. And air causes our issues in it, and a massa no man is here. Baby, I mean, problem, you know, when you because you know, IGP, so read the letter now because of time, commit me, no, I'll go through or say once catch a among you or someone, initiate a cause if and panic. If it happens, these are the consequences. A call for arrest, then they prepare you to court. But I mean, say prophetic ministry, no. I just learned during my research. Say Prophet Salifo Makone Dano. Now the interesting thing is Prophet Salifo Makono. Oman to me in because they could have gone to court and get an injunction to stop our police order. No, because any law yet police for the issue order. The court bet me are suspended. Yeah. Naka ye jaw mama ye de omo ye 31st ni na name afterwards nso omo ye bibia. Na say go against state, you know. And I challenge the security of the state, then the IGP can go after them. But this is not what the agency, this is not what the prophetic ministry no more. That part of them say, I think the more leadership and so if that's something I mean. They only use the media. Go ahead.
Yeah. I want to know ya drink kakra, but you see, it took us by surprise. In who will come has said that. And then there I had some of the prophets, and they say, these were some of the prophets that prayed for this government to come to power. If they never expected it, or man soon that cry say to me, in that way, no. And I say no, law counter spiritual things are. Not a court. How are we going to defend it? Because nipa no or your prophet or your messenger na nyame dia asem na soma no. It would no kojina court is here. Na o ka say nyame na soma na. Are you going to deal with God and answer okoye dey? I think say ebia IGP no. I was saying ka prophet no ehia ne nye meeting. Na omomo hu say the aduma na tie. Na yen set guidelines. They said they are not making. When we say president bi be hu. E ma abontin me bodi say me hu say president we hu. Example, look at Ghana's president. Physically, when you need that, it is all can't say we not or tear, and no quite be near Puno, and son and put word now, what the bar as prophet in Abem. And some of these things, you have to go by it in a very sensible and then a very knowledgeable way. And you be behind your bar one thing, and that kind of bigger musta, and my media not so far, a total our one thing. I give you a home now, you have to visit Nimpano, ne family. Ne call for a while around. Say any say neighbor into mummy in so mumpire. Rather than sending in our baby out. Into some were supposed to be proverbial or figurative, not all. But in the letter no, a state baby say more prophesy doom, prophesy danger, say. As some no nyame the open or deba. It wouldn't mean can't prophet and say nyame can't uncle prophesy doom no. Now so uncle prophesy different one. Looking at the Bible. And in the days of Isaiah, in the days of Jonah, mono, and at this time, and Kwamo Ghana, KGP Bamiachi Munatu. Because messages I may best send this on from command nation. No nation born in your Monsamoni or Mudintino. They were doomsday messages. Ne bien who are not sure that ye papa. But I know no crown or Muko Jina Muko can't ask them no. The same thing, John the Baptist. Stephen Kokanya Massam MESC Nabuama. It is almost a name and can't ye do not make papa no kwana. Yeah, Asomafo, Yamena Asoma keke. So we just bring out what the Lord has sent us. But we have to be very careful how we put out those messages.
I think it's well said. So now let's do this. I mean, say they are kind and they ain't taking much of your time. As time goes on, you see a better arrangements. Now I join here and Prophet Walker. Then you're going to. But I mean, we grandpa and son are going to messages in him because it's 2:41 p.m. on Eastern Clock. Let me say you're deep into 40 minutes. I'm not saying anything hours on your side, beginning near the intro. But I didn't know after all of a sudden, I didn't know to me 10 years. It all turns. As for it turns after the prophets, no more give you like international prophecies, like global prophecies. Almost try some best through the government in India. Even just have a fear, like they couldn't live by code of conduct. So the Bible said they are sellers more kind of now people are kind of mocking. I don't want to say the entire Christianity, but the prophetic side of the Christianity. It's actually a common IGP. I wouldn't say common, a single individual to me a cow into submissiveness.
Yeah, very true. Like Namekano. Some of the prophets are or more prophets is bar out, or almost most of them that we know, no, including myself, no. We couldn't go direct because when they say system now I repressive, and I should be in scapegoat, and at the end say, and you will be a one pire man, no, and you will say you will be a one pire support man, ultimate bar power, no, or no one who you say it came as a surprise. Though some will say that the prophets are cowards, in some way it might be true. But Obiso Honoma and Benanim ever kick on sa, and then be scapegoat. Time a veteran was so called Taye where we know Baba members class kata. It will be a sense they will go the cold way, the proverbial or figurative way, and share their prophecy. So that is exactly what happened. And me, I believe strongly say. And yes, IGP sorry I know the way by. Ebia on impenifobi di can kasai. Ebia not impenifor no or money how the prophetic ministry operates. Because looking at the Orthodox churches, the Methodists, the Presbyterians, and those churches no. Or mon penifor na the do na je prophecy edi. Ebi mo is out of jealousy. Ebi also is the ignorance. They don't know. But when it comes to the prophetic, they are most charismatic no. and go into that because Joel 2:28 Bible says, and during the last days I shall pour my spirit on all flesh, and your sons and daughters shall prophesy, even your maid servants they shall dream dreams. Into the prophetic gift is still working, but then you'll be an OGD.
All right, let's do this. IGP. On the wrap up on submission, my name going into prophecies because I don't so papa.
Okay. Yeah, 41. If I say IGP, IGP, any obi, penyimu bi ebi or Presby or Methodist, an Anglican akasa. No, say one man churches for any charismatic as of ne dey omudi hu shenko fomu. It was the letter ne chain if I no akase on go ahead. That is exactly what he would do. It may be me believe say it's my belief say penyini bi ensa shase and am penyifo bi ensa shase answer a bar out. Because 31st, no, TV Kakan for her, IGP wasn't in church. Now, or patrol La Paz or Lenin call for air patrol. One question.
What does that mean?
I believe that's a. Or say 31st, no.
What does that mean? That's one question.
I'm saying that 31st now, no, be a question, no. They are bad TV, so near the no. Now, or Yene Juma, he was patrolling our La Paz, any other towns.
And I'm saying that how does that change? I mean,
and I'm making it to say and say or believe it to or join some charismatic church or something. 31st, they'll be able to say and normal Christian be there or sorry. Or maybe I'll contempt upon you.
The little I know about him, I learned say TV Joshua and a Godfather, like or any prophet, like son. That's something I'm meaning. I mean, to mean confirming it. Wow. That's what I was told.
Wow. Se and Katia dia. Any senko Nigeria no ya IGP or by arrest TV Joshua na. Because TV Joshua is a bold man. He was a bold man. Prophet in a doom a day. He comes out boldly and tells it. Boko Haram obeka. Jobehu ha obeka. It is a true say or a TV Joshua na or follow dia. Then I don't think this letter should come from him. Because TV Joshua was in the prophetic ministry.
Yes.
About Obeka. And people will be criticizing, but I'm finding and I don't want to see.
But only what I'm looking at right now, I think Saudi Arabia, I didn't go too well for Asofo. But I say in a way, no. If you get this almost agenda to your mother, yes, Saudi, no. Say gradually, state, purpose or yes. I said gradually they are planning to control this. They are planning to control the, not say Christendom, no, but they are planning to control some section of the Christendom, no, like as a prophetic ministry, no? Because one says, we be win election, we as are not a preempting. We have a tone of phone it. So for Crambosi, we deeper win a be winning to me. They are in a metal banana. So on Saturday, no. That's what the state is, the current leader is trying to avoid because also we're interest into who succeeds in. So don't you think say be a nusukan? Because there's a lot of conspiracy theories and I'm about as society are kosi. Tila mama quick response to that Nafi Mr. Yanko into issue.
Okay, that one and the American say before anything happens physically, no, it first manifests spiritually. Before it will manifest in the physical realm, no. If you can see what home, and to no, I'm finding say they are working. I'm finding say state need try to control Saudi now. What then will happen? They say a deal for the bill, but I'm on farm back out.
Okay.
But I know the answer, sir. Ghana, I am told election, you call election, I am by ballot, any campaigns, any idea, and I declare. At the end of the day, no, it is the work you do spiritually. That shows where you are going. It should be better now for also. Basically spiritual thing. Basically spiritual thing.
And Abanom go to now. What's the purpose of some joining
you? Even Ghana have crab battle no. They drew about 4 days now. The Nyamiama mehuno above 4 babetuaba in people's favor, depending on where some specific men of God ever bought one fire. It's about to is determined spiritually and sana about physically. The last time, no, me ma who say, okay, our prophet is in the best do. The man who say, Alan would take NDC primaries, MPP primaries, but when it gets to 2024, Mahama Assat now is leading. 2016, yeah, that's what about me. Who said Mahama Teman would be asking ocean. And then I told people that Mahama will lose. My NDC friends attacked me. Yeah, no man will lose. Nana first time, second time. Me who yeah, now no change of government and Nana won. But I remember I saw say they lost most seats in our parliament. And then I cost to say, they started battling among themselves, and it is not going to stop. 2022 will be worse.
So to me, just 5 minutes. Yes, I would really appreciate. Okay. Because him said the last hour we should go to senior brother Prophet Walker. Anyway, let's do this.
That's fine.
The way we see phrasing sentences, what make me reading mean to me. Mr. Tepe, you should know. Say 1 hour true. You should have the idea already. Yeah, one.
Yes.
This is what you say. The 41 prophecies, visions, revelations, and voiced words God has given to his oracle in the space of time for year 2022 by Papa Elijah. Now there was signs between 2 eyes in the middle of it. Now the fire sign at all. I saw a vision of a man gathering so many things and heaping them to the apex of a structure. He climbed a ladder. What were you trying to say there?
Yeah, so with the first prophecy, the Lord showed me this to say, in the year 2022, people would see his glory. That is when the Lord is going to reshape people. He will break people so that they will see his glory and experience his blessing.
Okay, that's brief. That's cool. Those who trust in the Lord alone shall see his glory. Number 2, him say support the first one.
Yes,
the third prophecy. I saw a hand feeding a dog. The dog bit the hand after it fed it. Now the dog is not well, and there is no hand to give it medication and food. Lion Koso, what does that mean?
That is 2024 election. The man of God who prayed for MPP to be in power. Now that dog that they were feeding has bitten that hand. So 2024, the men of God are not going to pray for MPP to be in power. And so it will go against them.
That's the way they will be now making a decision. What about the future presidential hopeful of MPP? I don't know when they should pay the price of what the Kufuor administration did.
You see, spiritually, the Obi Kwaka Nyame enko ofwa. It's me Nyame bufu ebeto ho. Once abeto na abeto ho.
I saw myself. That's the 4th one. I saw myself under a mango tree. All its leaves had fallen and withered. Many kids came to pluck fruits from the mango tree, but there was no fruit on it. The kids were in tears. What does that mean?
Yeah, with that one, there's going to be famine in Ghana in 2022.
Okay. All right. Quick. In a vision, I saw an eagle with tied legs. And what were you trying to say? I must be reading your doors.
The eagle spewed out something, not a poison.
Oh, okay.
This year, a lot of people will be poisoned.
Oh, in Ghana now globally.
Ghana,
within the political circles and also the whole nation.
Within the political, and eventually the whole nation.
Okay. All right. Pray for a country's president.
Fifth one, no.
Fifth one, say account. In a vision, I saw an eagle with tied legs. It lowered itself onto the earth and opened its beak and spewed something as of smoke onto the earth.
Follow up. Follow up. A seat and the 7th one.
Okay. Also, pray for the country's president. I saw something as of smoke all over his body. 7. 6 Pray for a country's lawmakers. I saw the same thing as of smoke around some of them. So between the executive, abroad, between the presidents in the executive and the parliament, you are likely to see something fishy going on with them. Yes, sir.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. I saw a mighty horse that had lost a battle before and preparing to go for another. And on our episode, saying 8,
no, it refers to Alan. When Odika called primaries, now Olusu, and this time round, he entered into another house, a mighty house, and he took a sword. That is from Otunfo's palace. He will get support from that place. Now, I say maybe to was here, and that is going to propel him to the top.
Assembly TNC, what do you mean?
Obi betumi akeke bucket was here.
Now, how does that got to do with Alan Chamartin's presidential ambition?
Spiritually, no, our backing from Safio. It's a whoop to me. I also know we are ukra to me kese. So the 2 minute ebwawa, it pushes you ahead.
Oh, okay. All right. I see what you mean. Yeah, it wasn't clear. I saw many small insects that had been sprayed to die. They did not grow to expectation.
That is premature death among the youth.
Oh, that's too bad. I saw a man had gone to farm and there was a release of bees, which was 10 now.
Yeah, that one, it will be strikes upon strikes. It will start from this January to December. Unions and other bodies will strike against the government.
But Okasa contradicting with senior prophets. Almost see this is the government year, including Prophet Walker, Sally for Mwakon. This 2022 is going to be the best year for the government. So why are you saying there's going to be strikes?
That is what the Lord revealed to me.
Okay.
That's why I said in the space of time.
Okay.
This year.
Okay.
I saw January strike the
I saw a key fell from a mighty hand in England. Okay, and also Prophet Walker.
Yeah, that is
our prophecy.
Yeah.
Queen Elizabeth.
That is, we need to pray for Queen Elizabeth. And that's how All
right, 12. Pray for school children and advise them not to take things from friends at school. That goes to the parents.
That is witchcraft among school children.
Okay, I saw some bulls caged.
Yeah, that is some political figures who will go to prison.
Oh, this year, yeah.
I
saw division in a family and it really affected them. Pray for peace for this family.
This one is talking about MPP, their primaries and everything.
And almost
yeah, division, a religious division, now a tribal division.
I said about me and Alan, yeah, I want to be. Okay. Pray against political and tribal tension in the world. I saw a small town. Go ahead. No, me too. 15.
Yeah, me too.
I see. Pray against political and tribal tension in the world.
Yeah, there will be a political and tribal tension in the world, but with the tribal tension, I saw Ghana. But with the political, now me say America, any some Muslim country be in Samano. I am umpire. A bit to heated way where weapons will be involved.
Wow. Let's say not only Iran pay. Anyway, I saw a small town with lights, and suddenly the whole place was dark. Darkness covers the town.
Something happened, and Doomso came back again.
Oh, okay. Pray against evil plots of fire outbreaks in places and markets. And
Ghana, there will be so many fire outbreaks in markets. I saw market squares, big markets near the Niger crowd.
Pray for a head of security force. And
that is the IGP himself.
Oh, okay.
There is an attack and a plot. The smoke thing we talked about, the fishy thing. There is an attack and a plot on his life like that.
Pray for Nigeria, especially their leader. Were you referring to
yeah,
Buhari?
I saw president Buhari. Now or Yarepa or that hospital bed. So
okay,
and also
and also Prophet Walker prophecies in the womb, which was last week. Okay. I want to be free here.
So that be my name no cry.
Oh, that we say Utie show. You don't have to know him to get his message. Utie show.
You see, some of these prophecies, and yet 31st pen a throughout the year, when the Lord gives you, then you'll be keeping them, then you'll be praying.
Pray for Nigeria, especially. I was just messing with you. Pray for, in the year 2022, drink more coconut water to battle sickness.
Yeah, that is what the Lord told me, to battle sicknesses.
Okay, to coconut water and direction for the year 2022. Could be soon. That's Ghana there.
Yeah, and then next one I ever kind of.
But with salt every man for God's protection. And then salt and what does it do? Say Ubia to make us Ubinko use salt. What does that do?
It happened in the Bible where Prophet Elisha called na ekromo for omunsuonya or star salt and or bompa egusu fie gu nsuonim and nsuoni ye spiritually the salt no e gina ho de say ade free evil things ho salt prekese and any nyama me no awade bia mani ama me ho wo ho. This is what the Lord gave last year. The nyame de ma and na prekese, so we use that one and this year wa my salt.
Oh, okay. God told me to tell his servant at ICGC. What is that? What to set his house? Oh, okay. To set his house in order. I saw division later.
That is Reverend Mensa Utabo.
Ah, okay. And then to be seen as well.
And then Toka, he will leave us.
Oh, that's too bad. Okay.
And that will bring division.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I saw cows knocking sheep severally near schools.
Yeah, this one is figurative. This one is knocking human beings. That is the accident.
Oh, okay. Some footballers disappointed their citizens in AFCON.
Oh,
it was
Ghana
Blasters.
Ghana Blasters. This
AFCON, let me borrow just 5 minutes of the last hour. Now, it's exactly 3 p.m. on Eastern Clock, which is like I believe it's 8 p.m. in Ghana. Okay. Because this and the analysis next week.
Okay.
Someone from the camp of an ex-president will lead his family.
Alan
will lead his family in 2024 to face another family.
Yeah, Alan will lead NPP 2024 in the presidential race.
Someone from the camp of an ex-president, will lead his family in 2024 to face another family. What does that mean?
Yes. So Alan will lead NPP to face Mahama in 2024.
Is that what? By the way, my understanding is like I will be defected from a party. Anyway, pray for Christ Embassy leader, which is Pastor Chris. Are they?
Yes, I saw him laid in a coffin.
Oh, too bad.
Now, I did that.
So, okay, maybe it's a question. I saw an angel with a black sword meeting some world leaders in a dark place. What does that mean?
Yeah, we may lead some. We may miss some world leaders, as in death will hang his hand around them.
Oh, too bad. Pray for U.S., especially their leader, Joe Biden. Yeah. Pray for North Korea, their leader.
I saw that when your mentor will be, it led to death.
That's too bad.
North Korea, Kim.
I'm saying Prophet Walker also can we last week, I said pray for France and their leader. France and France leaders, what's up?
Yeah.
Pray for Russia and their leader.
Me who say Macron, me who say Wakulafe.
Oh boy.
But the news that came out was not pleasant at all.
What about Russia?
Russia, the enemy who said Putin, his heart was hardened, and I know also call battle to another Islamic state.
Islamic State?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. I see. Pray for a powerful kingdom. Is that the United Kingdom?
That is the Asante Kingdom.
Oh, sir. How's that?
Yeah. I was say a bomb fire ma otu for power.
Ah, okay. I don't see any kind of some more public. You know, I'm saying. Pray for Nigeria's. Pray for Nigeria, God's generals. I mean, almost also for new.
I saw Pastor Chris and Pastor Adiboye.
Oh, these are very renowned ones, though. Was it pray for ICGC, especially their leader?
Yeah, that is
I'll repeat you. I said 35. Many will marry and be fruitful. Hey.
Yeah, I saw that a lot of people were marrying in Ghana. Even despite the hardship, people were marrying and they were giving birth.
And you say like this year also be worry about my baby or Ghana. This year also be worry about my baby.
Yeah, vampire. Yeah,
I say pray against hardship in some place.
Yeah, that is Ghana.
Oh
That is Ghana.
But when I contradicted with said your mom, if you say it's the government year, this year is going to be the best year for the government. And I out of fear, internet be more cancer. I don't know.
It might be. It might be out of fear and be more cancer. Let's watch it. Let's watch it in the space of time. Honestly, they are mentioning until the young.
Oh, okay.
Because do you know what will happen?
No.
Excuse me. Do you know what will happen?
No, go ahead.
Some ministers will be forced to resign. Some ministers will be forced to resign. Yes.
On what basis?
Because of their ambition, on their political ambitions, and it will bring a crack. It will start bringing a crack in the party, and it will worsen the economy.
Oh, sure. I saw someone leading trade in a country
is the
here.
Trade minister.
In a country here, in
good news is that he will win the primaries. Yeah, that is the good news.
So, I'll win the primaries now. I see. An ex-president in a continent will hear good news.
That is Africa, Ghana. That is former President John Mahama.
Oh, okay. Oh, now what is the good news? That's 2024 there. In Yandro, Anna.
Yandro, but me no kasa to say no. Ono na nyame edina di anim.
Oh, I see.
Nti say to aba to say ya, John Mahama will take it.
I saw bad winds. Go ahead.
Okay.
No, go ahead. I saw bad winds. No, whatever you Mahama there no. The text message I meant is I said almost me rush you too much. Or the empacho. Mahama Excellency John Mahama.
Okay.
I mean, I don't intend to rush him. Him say, put it this remark because you're basically working within your frame now. On say, he just joined us.
Don't worry. Yeah, I understand. With the prophetic, anything can happen at a particular time. If you say we have 3 years ahead, say about election. The best about say MPP, bet me ayo munyama biye. Maybe NDC ayo munyama biye. Until about 2 to 3 weeks to the election now. Anything can happen again. So if anything happened that time, I will let you know. But for now, you're talking about Ghana. It is for Mahama. A lot of people are disappointed in the government, and spiritually, the people who went on their knees to pray for them, now they are against them.
That doesn't sound too good to say. Anyway, let's do this. I saw bad winds blowing in a small town, and it shook the world.
Yeah, Ghana will record some forms of earthquakes.
Oh, yeah? 2022 is our year of experiencing God's presence. We don't know what's sorry for Ghana.
And it will be so say before you can experience God's presence, looking at the time of the Israelites, nyame de omo ko amanye bi mu and our je omo enu mu hu na ni monyam. Until before we can see the presence of God, not just say nipa bi de ho be ma nyame akonyame anim so that we can see his glory.
All right, 41.
Yeah.
41. Pray with Exodus 34 throughout the year. May the Lord be a pillar of fire and cloud to lead your way and guide you in this year. Pray for the word.
Yeah, so that was what the Lord gave us.
All right, final words. Nothing bumpire my never number so HIY.
Okay, so my final word is in the year 2022, we need a lot of prayers. We need to be fasting. We need to be very careful. And the Lord will let us see his glory. Those that are close to the Lord, they will experience God's glory. So I'm Papa Elijah. I'm in Ghana. My number is 0240-986536. Anytime you can call, we can talk, we can pray.
It was very impressive, Ella, and thank you very much for your time. I hope so.
Thank you very much, Senior.
You're welcome. And then a die chat to an just ended was Prophet Elijah, a very young prophet. Me and my nephew, and they were impressing me. You know what? I feel young the founder. Young the founder of the prophet, the prophetic time. Prophet Oga. Good evening, Prophet Oga. Hello.
Good evening.
Yeah, Prophet. You chair will be
Good evening.
Good evening. You don't can official panso.
I feel go more to you.
Office is any in the team.
We switch you with you from the wash.
Obi answer Joseph Prophet Oga. And then him say yes, Sam Mukakra for to proud notice. You see a young guy on who follow my steps, you know. Say need some more kind of be you know, it be contradicted with more you know. And it being so confirming with also prophecies are Dubai, you know. But with him say time purposes now, I can exactly over 50 minutes. Yes. You ain't changing in every month, Mr. Your mom pay na you room. Analysis or apa.
Okay. Your mom pay.
Sure.
Ali Mahazda Laula Vita, Salau Rashi, Wala Bilati, Chauna Karwa Zambi Va, Subandi Atabushe, Uruava Lemi Tuba Zami Ana, Sanuanda Simi, Leila Uturi Va Asi Bikaba, Shua, Selami Tabi, Urubaata Yukubashi, Liwundi Bisata Mundi Bi Akabadi, Unya Kupo Tufwa, Tumina, so Wama, Urafi Fufrumwa. Then you know, then come with the Wabofun, you are yet as I'm put to win Uncle Cassia. And then you might be tell us if you share on Uncle Moon, Tiasim, especially we be out here, Biara or Benjamin, Monument Tiasia, or do not want a bra or feel with him, and then you never bring Uncle to for give me a slow. You tell home Biara for Uncle, and they show Uncle to me. I say. I'm so young couple some to me, Papa, and then I would do a demo, your friend and Yaman and couple. Amen.
Amen. What's all that? You say, your best 33. Last sentence will make it in regards to Wayno. As I hear last week, you know. Now, what I say, senior prophecy, Nibino, almost set a trap be at the Ama. Prophet Nigel, almost set a trap with Ama IGP. Nana, even though you are not advising him because he's older than you, you were making suggestions to him. Say spiritual news are so funny be born on papa. Now, what happened? So, okay, honestly, man capture her. It be a man capture her, no crap. Because you know, we try as I may get it from the major.
Oh, you should come and be the example out there.
Okay. So that's what he was referring to. He was the one he was referring to.
Yes.
I see.
So, IGP no na police ni attack prophetic ministry physical. So they cannot fight back physically. They have to fight back spiritually because no prophet no. They are spiritual people or spiritual police. And they have physical police, which is Ghana's the state police. So if the state police are harassing them or try to sabotage them physically, then they too they will fight back spiritually. So these prophets who gang together in the spiritual form,
They did what they have to do spiritually, and eventually, what I told you is that's what one of them said on doing the first night.
All right, let's do this now. Prophet, has the prophetic ministry come under attack, or is it under attack under this IGP and under this government?
Okay.
Maybe the young guy now also calls Siano. Yes. So we take the response on us.
We have a response, but to me, my opinion is different in the sense that I don't believe that the prophetic ministry is under attack because nobody can attack the prophetic ministry. No human being born by a woman can attack the prophetic ministry.
Because that's what some of the social media bloggers know. They are mocking the charismatic leaders, especially the prophets.
When they say that, when somebody say that the prophetic ministry is under attack, it means that directly, not indirectly, directly, the prophetic ministry has been sanctioned from operation or from operating. So as far as you can say prophesy, give your prophecy, whether direct prophecy or indirect prophecy, whether in parable way, whatever way that you give the prophecy, whether coded prophecy, it means that the prophetic ministry is not under attack because the people were free to give the prophecy. That's why they give the prophecy through coded way or indirect way. They gave the prophecy. Yeah. So the prophetic ministry is not under attack. Nobody can attack the prophetic ministry. Just that there was a kind of sanity or clean up exercise within the prophetic ministry, which many people think that the prophetic ministry is under attack or there's a witch hunting against the prophet. Okay. But to my opinion, nobody born by a woman can witch hunting the prophetic ministry or witch hunt any prophet or attack the prophetic, because the embodiment of the prophetic ministry is not a human. It's not a human. It's a spirit deity. The prophetic ministry is a deity from heaven. And the God that controls the prophetic ministry is called Archangel Gabriel. Gabriel is the God or the deity of prophetic ministry. And you cannot suppress or attack or harass an Archangel Gabriel as far as you are mortal or you are a human being. No. Even if you are a spirit or even if you are immortal, it's not easy for you to just attack the prophetic ministry in search of thinking of you be just a human being. So nobody is attacking the prophetic ministry. Just that what was actually happening or going on is out of jealousy from people that we see them as seniors in the Christianity, not people from the prophet. The church, the Christianity embodiment, has been divided into different dominations, and this domination, you were the Catholic, you were the what do you call it, the Orthodox, whatever it is, charismatic, and the spiritual outreach churches and stuff. So when you come to the prophetic side, which we call the charismatic church, it's full of prophets, and the Orthodox churches, they are full of teachers, the office of the teachers. Okay. So most of them, they are not present with the utterances or how the prophet in the charismatic operates. Okay. So they, even before this IGB came in, these leaders or these seniors from the Orthodoxes have already issued warning back in the days condemning a lot of prophets during 31st. So they were only waiting for an IGP or somebody who will come in the enforcement institution that they can connive and bond with that person so that that person will use his office to do exactly what they are looking for. And make sure they got somebody, which is this current IGP, who got to understand their intention of sanitizing the prophetic ministry. So the IGP decided to go by the directive of this senior men of God, just to do that. So there's no actually a government official or government individual behind the IGP. But those people behind IGP to do those work, it's actually the same men of God, but from other side of the Christianity, which is the Orthodox churches. That's why before IGP will issue the statement in the first place, he had a meeting with the authorities pastors, and he told them that this is what he have planned to do. So if protocol have issue with their coach, it's the duty of the board or the management team to sanction or sack or fire the coach.
Okay.
The players that don't have any authority to sack their coach. It's the board chairman and the other board members who have the authority to do that. So if you are a player and you said no, you don't like the coach, so I'm going to sack the coach. You yourself, you are being paid. The coach is being paid, but you are going to sack somebody who you people are in the same cycle where two of you are receiving the same pay from your authorities. So these are the authorities which employ you have the authority to sack whoever needs to be sacked, not you, the employer. What did I make an answer? It is asofo mo share ko kinkese na asofo mo share nkom no eye difo no nti se difo na mo share nkom no mo ya ade nyan ya eye difo na sa wo from mo na wo mo kasa but difo na mo ya na yen one from mo we ja one from mo no go from mo share nkom na asofo mo share nkom no go from mo no mo discuss the kind of sanity I would ba as of in terms of prophecy, because in prophecy 31st day you want to Methodist, Presbyterian, Roman, Anglican, or whatever church in Orthodox side. I will say these Orthodox pastors, will be in shame come to that all the first honor prophecy FE, this kind of charismatic churches. So they are the ones you're supposed to talk to, not the Orthodox ones. So it's a plan thing. So that IGP sit down with the Orthodox pastors and they connect together and decide what to do. So because they know who they are going to attack. I cannot attack you and at the same time sit down and negotiate or dialogue with you. Once I'm about to attack you, no. If I want to attack you, I will negotiate with you. I will not dialogue with you. I'll rather go behind your back and dialogue with another enemy of you, so that the person will join my strength together, or two of us will connect together, so that the strength we will use to attack you will be heavier than what you expect. So that's how it happens. So the church is not just jealousy. So if the church that's attacking itself, and
I'm blame MPP government is just it's the enemies within.
MPP have nothing to do. Yeah, the enemies within. MPP government has no hand in this kind of IGP attitude towards the prophetic ministry. No. So it's the church that's attacking itself.
But government,
they see themselves as the seniors.
But the government knows himself a behind the I didn't know on to me because the government is observing what the IGP is doing. I didn't know on stepping in. Because as a government is not you know. Yeah.
You see, let me tell you something. There is executive instrument the president has given to the IGP. And this executive instrument, the president has given to the IGP to exercise those executive instruments. The same president who gave the instrument to the IGP cannot turn himself around and come and invoke the same instrument or interfere the same instrument he gave to the IGP.
Oh, but so African politics institutions are strong and they are not that independent, or Prophet Walker.
No. Only way African institution will not be that independent is when the leader of that institution is corrupt. But when the leader of that institution is fair and clean, you cannot influence him with your higher authority than his office. Regardless of your higher position that you hold, you cannot use your higher position to interfere, because all of you are exercising an instrument given to you by the state through the constitution.
Yeah, I understand that, but you want to tell me that there will be decisions IGP will be making as the certain president is not in favor with me, I go on. No, the next time I'll be fire.
Let me come in. Do you know that the president, who is the commander in chief of the armed forces, has certain limit the constitution can give to him. Let me give you an example. The president can interfere in the armed forces as the head of the state, but the same president cannot interfere in the police service. It's only the vice president, because he has the mandate given to him by the state constitution as the chairman or board chairman of Ghana Police Service. So the situation in Ghana Police Service is only the vice president who has the authority, and that authority is being given to him by the state to interfere the works of the IGP, not the president.
Okay, I understand that from political understanding, but say that African politics there. Sabio, na say president and the vice. I mean, we can influence, no man on the directive said they control police, no. That's what I'm trying to say. You see, it has become a point. Say it's so difficult. So bit me distance the current administration from what is happening, and that is the issue right now.
Let me give you an example. If the president has that mandate or that power too much to influence the IGP office, then Owusu Bempah would never be arrested in the first place.
Oh.
Because when he was arrested, the information that came from the Jubilee House office of the president is that the president said he has no control in the police service. So the person who I'm coming. The person who has the control in Ghana Police Service is supposed to be the vice president. Meanwhile, the vice president who's supposed to intervene for Owusu Bempah has already have issue with Owusu Bempah, because Owusu Bempah has already given a prophecy against him that he will not become a president because he's a Muslim. Because Owusu Bempah stand in his church and give some pronunciations or give a certain prophecy, whether it's a prophecy or coded or whatever message. Like he was trying to say, or the abua in one example. In the process of adding one example, no, he came to explain it physical for everybody to understand. And Obi Biara even crown mature in spirituality. Say what Owusu Bempah was saying, it was directed to John Mahama, Nanado, Alan Martin, and Dr. Baumia. And the process of the prophecy, but Owusu Bempah can say, "Oh, Muse, Osono, every idea ma Osono Kotuano." Because you say Osoka Seni Nanado, Osoka Tuani Baumia.
Yeah.
But Owusu Namebo for catch Osoka Seni say. Owusu Namebo for catch Osoka Seni say. Cheno Fad Nam Osoka Tuano because Uma Bay Osoka Animo Osoka Tuana no be dia. Oba have one acting na. Let us say indirect you who patches say Osoka Seni the president, Osoka Tuani vice president. And the vice president be dia obedi akunyana. Ebe kritipo ama omani nyina. Nti obofo ne ka kire ne say onche ansana na mbifo oba kire dia onfasafo ne ma no. So after that, and issue ni buy. So the person that you have given prophecy against, who is the same chairman of the Ghana Police Service, do you want him to come and intervene for you? No. The president who can do that doesn't have the executive power based on the constitutional rule to save you or intervene for you. It's the vice president who has to do that. And the same vice president, you have given prophecy against him. So the vice president will not mind you. But what I say, so the kind of power that IGP is having, that's why the president is the head of the state. Certain instruments the IGP can issue, the IGP can invoke, but the president can never intervene or interfere on it or influence it. Because the moment the president do that, he has breached the conduct of the constitution and the ethics of the constitution. And the bad is now, the president in other countries, the president even can face impeachment. So why interfere in other branch of the executive? Because the police is also part of the executive.
Waga, when I was sounding more like a foreign politician, Ghana audience same way bad anyway. When you go in your macacra.
The IGP Dampari, the man is not corrupt. Police in here, corrupt. State official, a state official corrupt. And based on his record now, the whole Ghana, we didn't want answer. I've not seen anybody coming out to say anything bad about him. So it means that from the day he started police service to date, he has no bad record. So it means that he's clean. And such person is very difficult to influence him. And also man practice can Osigana on person benya sama. Cheche sikama mpanyifo bi anhemfo. IDP police for mpanyifo soldier for mpanyifo. Mpanyifo bi na onya asama mo abeje. But the same person no onya asama obi abeje. And it means that the person that he says omo ye conform ye corrupt, you can influence them with the money no. The same people no, they prove to him that they are not corrupt. They don't receive money for you to go scot free. That ain't na come IGP scan when they are. But only from Rakwanso. And now his case is still pending. The case of one touching here, the court postponing the case, no. That is what court. You see, so it means that the IGP is not corrupt. We have many cases in Ghana here. Celebrities, public figures, prophets or men of God or people that we know they are public figures have done certain things that breach the ethics of the Constitution. But yet they go scot free. Nothing happens to them because they are famous, because they are celebrities, because they are public figures, because they have the money. But when this IGP came, whether you are famous, whether you are celebrity, whoever you are, you face the law. You know, musicians are watching. MP for watching. Madina MP. Osman the boy from Madina MP. So who are you? So there's no position that you hold in the country. I bet when influence IGP, the empire, for it to go scot free, I'm not what form Imra. So it's clean. So any state official be already clean, on your corruption, it's very difficult for you to interfere in the exercise that he is invoking based on the constitutional mandate is being given to him. And the state or the government official were never behind the IGP directive or the marshal for. It's the same pastors who we see as the superiors or the senior men of God in the pastoral work in the other side of the church, which is the Methodist and Presby, blah blah blah. All these pastors over there, they rather decide to the IGP that we are the seniors of the church. The Christianity in Ghana here, and we think that the church needs sanity, and only way we can do is that we need your service, we need your assistance, because we cannot use our office pastors to do that. We need office like your office to exercise those sanities. So IGP availing himself for them to do the right thing, so that fear and panic will not go on. So those prophets should never think or assume that they are being attacked by the state or the government of MPP. They are being attacked by their own superiors, by their own church. But also what I say. Yeah.
Anyway, Prophet Oka, now you can say what the questions in the way my friend was out being senior, them say Ubehuni be brave. Now you're getting into the 2020 prophecies now. I don't know. So what yeah before. I didn't ask someone a picky or trend, you know. Because once you refrain from the local prophecies on conditions, German local champions, you know. These were your very final words, I would jai. But after the woman also turns out Saturday, Omu give you prophecies outside Ghana, with the exception of Niger, where they will go into his issue. I don't call outside Ghana more. Issue by adding is that all I'm to me directing my spirits no?
That is directing spirits no. But make sure CCTV. Issue time I don't know what no. IGP directive ne buy no. What I did was that I was able to contact some people. And I got one say, "Mudi agro bubedem." Mudem suwa. Politician in the end, one more of every 2 years. Usubamba, or yet, Nanado body grower them. Usubamba, Nanado body grower with them. Now, obey them. So the best thing is all of you should channel your profit in foreign countries. Me 2 years ago, and I'm picking that trend, you know. that's why I say before crown me started crown. No already now me my prophecy don't know me Ghana there, but most of my prophecies here global international prophecies. So 2 years ago when I decided say I will never give prophecy about Ghana again. And you can remember, you can bet to me or you can agree to me say even me can show say me Ghana wants me work here. Me shall come for Ghana who you. And sometimes when you even ask me question about Ghana, I don't want to answer. So maybe we say Ghana is a state we don't appreciate our own and we betray our own. And so me will try to maintain me red flag and it's in temporary me this is my quite. So no. Say me say me na kupo di for pound dia me na kupo sa o me so dia. After day na kupo no yi Ghana no ma trem fa Ghana ho. The same na kupo na want me yi no man fa and trem fa Nigeria. America, Asia, North South America, Europe na there. No. Me based only in Ghana in terms of prophecy. Let's say me aka prophet no. Onyankopon ho dia wo me so no, me limit no. So I should put aside even the criticism, the no appreciation that is coming from my people, my own Ghanaian people no. I should put myself into the international world. So I started engaging with the Holy Spirit there. Everything nako. Many be a Ghana won nkyerɛ me. Na mpo so we be a kyerɛ for Ghana ho a, men ya more than you be a kyerɛ me after international countries. And in part na me born already tie me. And from that time to now no. Nyankopɔ yi nyoma Nyankopɔ yi kyerɛ me nyina yɛ nyoma ɛfa aman foforɔ ho. Ɛse Ghana. Because I never even thought that there will be a day this thing will come on. Though Nyame nyan chance be this say there will be a IGP Roma time na come say nkoso Ghana. Until before I started with the pastor, then Nyankopɔ adom na me I've already given prophecy about global prophecy. And yesterday will show you the 2 years in this here. So 1 year and a half in it. If you show, I told you say I don't want to discuss Ghana issue on your platform. And it took time to try to make a sana. Mr. Say, make a Ghana once, but then when you commission, your opinion on a margin. So I think that all these prophets in Ghana here, they will all begin to give prophecy outside Ghana from now going. Because many of them, I will say, workers started this. And take a dinetia, the IGPD, you know, the
That's a young guy, me nephew or Baba boy ni so it has more so kind. What's the accident? More recorded accident from January 1st to 2nd. More recorded accident me no as a miensa. Na senka ye prophets na ma omo give specifics na ka church members mo nyina mo bom pa ya. Nkasa nyoma ne bebre bitumi was avoidable. Even though me busa na question say but say the be as bu am bom pa ya so kra still a science Inti Prophet Waka say mwagasa mo timukuru na say mo nyamukuru mu spiritual worker aho adwuma na mo soro ka say mo koye nkofo de a I mean what is the purpose of say na mo amonya o mamba pa
because no yes say ya mamba papa nyankopɔ ye di ɔman bia wa di fo wom e de say nyankopɔ ye di fo ma ɔman bia say di fo na be ba ɔman ne ho ba osunsun okay na di fo na nyankopɔ ye ɔmo so mo ɔman ne ho ba osunsun no as watchman no ɔman na ka say ɔmo mpa say di fo no they don't ɔmo mpa ɔmo and the Ghana who you so for Ghana ha who you di fo especially who you di fo e wo Ghana ha yesu mfi nyankopɔ and the moment obeka say we so for bia no asofo na we a charismatic pastor na we one man church sofo na we pe yes we fake prophet we a false prophet mfi nyankopɔ and the moment obeka say we a praise be sofo there yes mfi nyankopɔ the moment obeka say we a Roman sofo yes mfi nyankopɔ the moment obeka say we a Assemblies of God nyame Assemblies of God sofo yes mfi nyame but for God asori bi din na asori go ye one man church asori any branch asori a yen nipa ba ko na 3 years in terms of eba ko enche yes edi less than 10 years and then they say mfi nyankopɔ then na wo ga na futuru nti we sofo na one man church sofo a we are charismatic yes mfi nyankopɔ nti Ghana hana ka say wono Ghana fo embu edifo omo respect edifo omo mbu one man church pastor omo bu sa praise before the Roman for sofo almost so ebro na just house of ebro na no wada omo mpae because house of no ono kwa so na onko ye deliverance into no face spiritual attack bia onko hyenko into so for onko hyenko no ko ye deliverance I didn't so obo mpae na jo no be say nyankopon say dey eba so no yin tire no that because no mpae nko me she don ko hyenko but o charismatic sofo no anadi bia so so obo mpae because so obo mpae na nyankopon no kasa na wo so ya wo nya message o be ma ne ma nti anagibia charismatic pastors o ma so le bo mpae they are receiving message from God what to tell their o me ka tin yakopon ba praise of wada oni sa time because ono ko ja so dem obie Bible na o si 1 Corinthians chapter 1 verse 2 na purpose say we wa kon okofie wa tin correction nti oni sa time so ko bo mpae dem o be bo mpae no o be ka 1 Corinthians chapter 1 verse 1 going no a chegu ni tirim ko read am members no age question be fie on ko shen ko ba wo so for no charismatic no enya fe na o keka Bible ba ya fe na o keka Nyankopon agene a kire nyame ma ni sa wo so bo mpae no tie de Nyankopon be ka kire o tumi mo mpae so ma o tumi mo mpae Nyankopon yi bibi nkire wo emre Nyankopon so yi o ma na wo timi kwa bibi nkire wo e de Nyankopon be yi bibi afọ ma no wa kire wo and no so na wo be ka ye so wo fi Nyankopon of authority nti Ghana akasakata no ya chia to say ye mpenta na di for and even Orthodox pastors no even say charismatic pastors o me a threat to them because and Ghana for the be pempaibo nti obi asori a Monday Tuesday Wednesday Thursday Friday Saturday Sunday o me na sori o ko mpaibo e wo one man churches na so for no e di for no obi a ko mpaibo ho say obi ko na sori praise bia na Sunday apart from no complete as all weeks ni na this ni na obeko program as a different no ho enti one Orthodox pastors na who say one man church is pastors no a different show members ko mo sai enti ade bi o meye o mede be crepo charismatic no meye
I see
enti Ghana funa no so mo mpedifo enti so Ghana funa mo mpedifo a me long time 2 years ago I hear me who say and 3 years ago me say Ghana for one Ghana a deep for no let me channel magic call other countries and now people are appreciate the gift that you for their money and most of them are foreigners a day message that me receive on my Facebook people that comment people that inbox me a lot of them almost 99% of them are foreigners only come from Ghana. Because Ghana, you know, I am all involved so because Ojidi said we feel Nyankopon. But I am Ghana put trip. Me possibly to be preja. Or shut them the day. I'm going to do my time in Ghana for. Make a post now, me post to say for home. Mambo, Yadi, and for Ghana, Libya, and Faga. What's the question for Ghana, Ghana or mine and for Ghana? Now, so Ghana for Nakata Saba, me paid what did my tip. I did for mine and for Manga Storm, and so we did my tip. With me cast I said for Nigeria for now no form community matemu Ghana for now no form no mudi matem e wo me pay you na ma sha come for Nigeria ho na wo Ghana ni wudi matem a enge ka me sha come for Ghana ho so de na wo de beja me nta ya de ba ko se Ghana for so for na di for no it's time for them to leave Ghana and focus on other countries other nations I'm telling you check TV Joshua, I TV Joshua because of foreign countries. TV Joshua, I TV Joshua because of foreign countries. On Nagasani Chrome as for a year back, a done gain on the ministry. The TV Joshua begin by year or TV Joshua before foreign countries. And we are so for now Ghana. Now we get the Ghana for appreciate too. Or we use IDP. As some benefit about some destroy the prophetic ministry. Just leave Ghana. Men operate 2 minutes for Ghana. Operate 2 minutes outside the country.
So you mean say charismatic phone meet up with women and you might be as a sanesa. So meet say charismatic leaders no. Say matter say prophet in a damn no. Sally for Makuna Damwano. So, meet Orthodox for for now. There will be a way, say, IGP will be changing the ways. Because on the other hand, Ghana for me, person they say they are not satisfied at all about the 31st idea course. No? Because you say no, they are used to.
Brother, me say former Pentecost chairman, MPP government at your conference, on man the public. Asama yeso me preachi, o me preachi che Ghana for no. When preacher che Ghana for, a different the deal matter. Is that what you do? And then me show whether also bempa, sorry, national life on Facebook. Okay, and I remember clearly say Mr. Kwame Sheza program no TV. So for poko yina, MPP for my platform say, MPP for my platform say be kan Nyankopɔ asɛm che Ghana for. Wo ba e wan kan Nyankopɔ asɛm. E di fo ko no di o matem. Se mo soro mo sise nkom, mo de rewrem nkɔfo okrom ya, mo de yedede, e di fo ba, mo fi Nyankopɔ nsɛm bebre. O wie no, wo tumi anka asɛm ti a Oba so be ti o kan anka a different over topic no almost a mic ni so a idea hatred no what that but they were looking for somebody who hold a big position hold a big office that they can use as a channel to attack the prophetic ministry. So it's a church which is attacking its own self.
As is that buasa na go MPP for so.
There's no way there's no way prophetic ministry or the prophet in Ghana here can have a private meeting with the IGP and Orthodox pastors. Normal issue is and up in peace. Because they have already made up their mind. Argentina, IGP Afro Ghana celebrities was spread other institutions now Ghana hano wa question omo or wa question omo certain ways bi nyomo bi omo ye wo man mu na want to afre edifo no say IGP afre celebrities or your meeting with celebrities it's too bad say Ghana celebrities omo so mbo ma my Ghana e Ghana talk e that even your politicians crampo no 777 almost some more cry and say as Ghana software. But I give it to me for friends celebrities are 777 a boom call money to promote violence. I'm not go from but I saw from one time on man or money person. Where to from but rather you should do a statement which is a big disrespect to them. Celebrities are Abra asofabo Ghana ha contribution asofa yama o my Ghana celebrities enye mu kwata kraye omo yem kwata chem celebrity wako Grammy da chem Ghana celebrities wako Grammys da na so mu bia tumi ko Grammys enko je international award emba Ghana kwata na so mo ko de udi ni die ma omo asofu Ghana asofu a it me come the whole world. Let me bem. Yet me who say a Ghana ni sofu bi na chest ankom na be mu. Na me fa me so come efa Ethiopia airline ho. Ethiopia airline crash here no. The whole world obi who say a Ghana ni sofu bi na chest ankom na be mu. Go to BBC. Go to BBC website. Me picture da ho. On blocky. At our platform so. Say a Ghanaian young prophet who prophesied about Ethiopia airplane crash. So even international media is celebrity. Then a young Ghanaian prophet, one man who come in and put me useful. And to make candy best we are singing now, let me see. COVID-19 embassy we are singing about say. I was one of the pastors almost saying come. I'm a Ghanaian. And the new government Ghana for. It means that Ghana pastors are able to put this country on the world map. But no musician, no actor in Ghana here is able to put Ghana on the world map. But yes, who the media more mumu? Yena yedi ni dia more my Ghana, yedi dia more my Ghana, no fe dia my. Now we should statement keke. Letter. What letter do sing the just say Ghana suffer. Yeah, bomb pa Ghana ma. And I do wonder, why did you don't wonder? Ghana so for sorry bomb pie Ghana. I think here no to be at an office. This I want to go office now. We show them to question Ghana. We show them to question in the this I want to say a young woman a bomb pie and more my Ghana. And so I will show you who say Ghana but again see it. Na yene pom pa na ko pon mo bro ba o man so abasa da se Ghana no mfa ni bia maye musicians are omugina state tutuo Ghana music VGA na a musician are pull gun for ma one shot. First of all, you give them respect. Put me from when you discuss how best they can work with Ghana police. Omo de ngwase bra Ghana e ko tutuo e wo stage so ma international media a church or to international on so Ghana at least be a pull gun I will stage so they didn't go to Ghana on what they need your mom didn't go see Ghana for what me they need your mom na ya so for your bomb time on mine you didn't know about mine yet they won't which was it with the man they am here control to Facebook social media so see yan kan o see yan kan o na BBC I remember when Akoso Moda is only we here, Nagana Yako blackout. Why am I paying for from? That's no man paying for also. The Kufa government call upon men of God in Ghana here. Bomb fire, Ghana so bomb fire our Akoso Moda. Ghana also bomb fire Akoso Moda, and it's so toy, meaning like. At dear Ghana so far, Yamon Mino. No musician, no answer has done that before. But yet, you don't need your mom. Yes, of now, a touch radar, or more frail, your mom very gamma yet. My advice to prophet, and he said, so what's then channel your ministry from Ghana and enter into international. Pay your prophetic ministry attention to other foreign countries. They will appreciate your gift.
Professor Walker, let's do this. Now, some more yes are fine. And they walk me, so we come be you. Me say, more yes are because you know what, baby, I mean, who you this young prophet in the same question. Say, time our police for an issue order, no? It was just 9 years long, it's an order. A declaratory statement that police need to be caution and I say cripple prophetic ministry. Now head of the prophetic ministry, I know say Professor Salifo Mwako. Other than one court, Uncle Seke injunction to injunct the police. To come be your prophecies in the Monoma 31st night. As a camu we are, not the police know our same be some more pass a comment be put the security of the country in danger. Then they can come after them. But when you know right now, my freedom of expression is being suppressed, and I'm religious freedom. I know see.
In Ghana Constitution, now we don't discuss spirituality in the courtroom.
Yes.
And so what is so much of a court? Tell judge and trans some small fine judge into statement in the swap. Judge in the Crabbe refer in the Constitution say. No. At that point, you guys were not challenging spiritual events. At that point, you were not challenging a spiritual event. What you guys were going to challenge is that police order not the buyer. So issue statement. Say my for prophetic issues in my. The other day, injunction the police for the police then becomes a plaintiff in this issue. At that point, I refer court and they say you don't mediate. Constitution frame prophetic as spirituality. Yes, it does. 90 and then what was the relevance of police for statement no music now? Some Moses statement supported that. Why did you guys comply with? So if you remember or you find out that MP of Ningo Prapram, Sam George, also issue statement say. In what capacity does the IGP and Ghana Police have to issue that statement? Because the Constitution says clearly that no state institution have power to issue any statement against prophetic ministry, as far as prophetic ministry is under spirituality, which the Constitution gives them the liberty to express their spirituality. Into who need to be any to me so when issue his statement, abandon and answer what was spending such operation. So the IGP or Ghana Police Service should come out and tell Ghanaians where in the constitution that bans prophetic. As far as prophetic and spirituality. So the lawyers in the Ghana here, most of them, I remember Sami Demfi also did the same thing. Say he is a lawyer, and you know that prophetic and spirituality, and the spirituality too, the 1992 constitution says that the spirituality of Ghana, the Supreme Court or non-state institution have power or mandate to interpret or suspend or issue any statement against spirituality activity in Ghana here. If it's a Ghana Police Service to me issue statement, say, almost suspend this activity here. Ghana Police Service to Nakasa Krano, almost breach the constitution ethics. No. Do we say, what like I say, Ghana Police Service, no, they went outside constitution. In the constitution, when the constitution, I'm here statement, no. I'm not going to use more personal ideology. I'm personal observation. Nobody issue statement, and yet was one constitution so because statement no, who for constitution now we know baby I say constitution is say put me critique, put me in shanko.
Yeah, but I make say one moment moving forwarding. What I saw most of your colleagues doing was they were trying to use the media to tell the IGP say Ade you never resorted to the state institution. My brother, the reason is some of the pastors, they also consulted lawyers. And the lawyers told them that when you go to court to go for injunction against the IGP order, the court will throw your request out. Why? Because the judge will also quote the same constitution and tell you that we don't come and seek for injunction or clarity as far as spirituality is concerned in the courtroom. And do you know what would have happened? Yes. The court need through sad in the a mamumu basis says spiritual matters cannot be tried in Ghana, in which everybody knows. It's okay. Therefore, some of you could have gone on and do more 31st prophetic ministry now. Police can't keep you guys there forever. Whatever be the case, you have to prepare you guys to court. So the end result, nobody wanted to be the sacrificial sheep. No person sacrifice ministry. At the end of the day, or the Moko quarter, the court will dismiss police for any claim. So many basis to try spiritual or metaphysical issue. Therefore, I will forever liberty the Bible. But you see, you see, some people can envision say steps here, security not taking. The next thing they say they are coming to regulate more prophetic ministry. And I will not be surprised. Say Africa they will get into time to determine when Amon practices churches because there were full compliance. Say every at the end of once a year, there's a time coming so make you determine say this is Monko church, this is Monko church. It's like the religious freedom is coming under attack. That's how I'm looking at it.
What was that? So for now, Shem come far Satawale shooting him.
So for Ben, no.
What's that? Yeah, on this Satawale issue, almost Satawale crowd. What was that? So for now,
oh, Mehun Sofu. I've seen it.
Omuti suffer no. Say, Wasem come to create fear and panic by Shedesi here. And no Omuti suffer Omuti Satawale no. The court, Emma police said, you cannot remind the pastor because the offense now committing is under the code of the spirituality, and the spirituality cannot be interpreted by the court.
Yes.
The spirituality, the offense now police forces of now committing is under the code of the spirituality in the constitution. And the same constitution says that spirituality cannot be interpreted in the courtroom. And no state institution has the power to interpret spirituality. So you cannot remind him. So what the police did was that they just put him into their police headquarters.
Holding cell. Yeah, a holding cell. But the point is, it comes back to the same thing based on what example I will give you. Because Seka, most of them call ahead, na oye na oche mo dom koto. Within 48 hours, on to me hold you holding sir. I saw prepare for court. On one can send him from precedent say court be no best city or metaphysical or spiritual issue. At that point, we must set a precedence at all. Say state, into me controlling prophetic practices. What am I say? And nobody wanted to come out. And I mean, who said media and I know money and I'm so I saw money IGP in the casa. But Obi so I make up the mind that this is what I'll do. No matter what you say, the person is going to do it. And I think that's how, as you see, I didn't quite do. But anyway.
Oh, the Ghana police service knows that even when you give the prophecy, they will arrest you. They cannot put you on remand, but just they will put you under their quarters. But that's why they know that, they will just harass you, tarnish your image. They will not prosecute you, as they stated in their statement. Say, "I'm not prosecute you. I'm not court. I'm not prosecute you." They doesn't know. Say, it's not possible. But they will just put you in their quarters. They just so they create bad name for you, the pastor, just to harass you, to send a signal to the rest. So no pastor was ready for that. Say his name will be tarnished. You'll be harassing. No, persecute no more finding court yet. But harassing maybe police and Ghana police service headquarters just 48 hours or no more jam. But 48 hours you spend under the police headquarters. It will bring a bad name to you as a man of God. I remember you so mess.
Yeah. So, this Elijah also said that. Yeah.
It's like the police will hold you. The police will hold you, but they will hold you as a criminal without offense. So you say somebody is a criminal, but the person has not committed any offense. So what makes you a criminal? They say you are just harassing the person, right? And nobody was ready for him to be his right to be harassed. So no person was ready for that. So the man right, yeah, I'm harassing the right. I'm not here bonny but it's why bonny. And bonny so court soon to mention bonny why because court doesn't have that mandate. The police doesn't have the mandate. So obey bonny why they just omit and show image. So everybody said that he's not ready for him to be used as scapegoat.
Yeah, I heard some of the prophets saying that. So, Prophet Walker.
Yeah, so every prophet know that he will not be prosecuted if you are coma. Yes. But one thing for sure, you'll be used as scapegoat. Can be scapegoat or using as a scapegoat is different from being persecuted. So for you to be used as scapegoat, it's better you say your home or do your thing or quote your prophecy and go scot free. Than say you're persecuted. But I'm better you sue as scapegoat.
So what is the future of the prophetic ministry the next 3 years under
the
this
prophetic ministry is that the future of it is that many pastors, many prophets in the charismatic, many of them will channel their ministry from Ghana to outside. So from now going, those prophets that will give prophecies publicly, all their prophecies will be directed to foreign countries, not Ghana anymore.
And would that have any negative impact on the country and its church members?
Absolutely, 100%. A negative impact on the country.
How?
Because because look at Kaibe is a scapegoat. It will be
so it means
the police. Ghana for crowd as I to differ be no who yet. That's how they will be seen.
And no matter campa.
I did not nippon in Muyak or Kaya. No matter you should scapegoat to no. Nippon can see so much to be a different organ will be in one Ghana. To be a you see, Nippon was it a monk or the one now. If you what's a monk or the one now, on share come now we say we be soon as scapegoat we be prosecute no wan share come so na ni be musu a na be se si so a be se we say kwasi asofo say it asofo no go Ghana am jiji collection no obi ehu na nkopọ enya nche obi a say bibi say be si Ghana
they said was here hitting because he encode unia mo be prophecies na emwa tim say
na ukodi a ti say because ye onkodi kra na e say Me I'm making so then I may set it first and come now publicly without code. Yeah.
I'm saying this year the no leader was boring. People were not satisfied at all. Ghana for people walk out of 31st, you know, they were not impressed. They were very disappointed, and all the blame, you know, my government. I hope now some of us need to say it shouldn't be so. But I'm glad.
No. I think that they should not blame
government.
The government. Yeah, I think they should not blame the government.
But prophetically, there are a lot of events a bit near Ghana. Like not to speak into any specific, like and normal why is a cast of one couple man because of the police order no.
And you remember the one man cast of some cow man can. Oh, because I just want to cover that one umpire. A man about umpire.
Now I don't know. I say we are more contradicted with this. I'm saying last week, you know, oh my so. But the good side of Ghana, there's some way bold enough to bring it. I'm saying we cry Ghana, there can be two pay. Say it's a government year, meaning progressive. Sally for my console, a can be bizarre. Prophet Uzubemba, my anti and final. Nigel Gaze, it was not sorry for anybody, or no, so I Umofio, General Chibibuku, that is all apart. I mean, say, if you be almost someone we can about Ghana and Kasa, but you have to praise the country. It's like every prophet is forced to Ghana wants them there and say you are forced to praise them. Like it's all class and papa. And you know, say government year. And this young prophet is also telling us that from January to December, there's gonna be no more strikes. Now I don't know my government and I city up now for progress about now say a bit contradicted with say progress, but because the country is experiencing numerous strikes in the year, I don't see why so because say it's gonna be a government year. And Prophet Walker will take on and you see IG.
And we take in say also one thing is that me the young boy say me the young people say the year will be government year. And also the young boy also can and we will say young people catch them in Jina Hobi, also the young people catch them also in Jina Hobi. So we should all give everything to young people Nagasa. I don't know what is
right.
What mining.
In general, I mean, what message do you have for Ghanaians without giving prophecy or anything?
My idea to me, you might be young mine. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Now, I feel being to all my citizens now. Aside road accidents.
Oh, I say, I think before now, I'm not going Congress, and we are careful. Follow us, no. We go share one show we over banana with your pipe. You are because there's a lot of violence and bloodshed that was our prime minister. So what I can do, tell them that security is tight. The party should make sure security is very tight and calm and diligently. Everything is be well conducted during their premise. You know.
Anyway, the following week, you know, you have started your topics now near intimate and because you see, I didn't say, oh, my Nagasakra, I just use my buffer. I saw for Mukrana, I spectators at Yabonte. Yes. So, and am I over Bompire? Any message I want myself?
Okay. The Mekacha will be say, I feel on my Ghana woman, wherever you are, if you are Ghana, Nina, Abruchiria, Bompire, Ghana. Ghana, ye may na, and yam mob for Ghana, ye movie bia. So we are Bompire or Mompama of my Ghana. Now, on Fana Horde in town, managing I am one of money ye. No money ye mobi bia, and make a chop bia.
Right. Thank you very much for your time. It has super. I wish you good luck. Just ended was Prophet Walker. Prophet Walker, Afran, Ashan. Let's do this. And then you can send me brief. And I can try to say the goal and say, bit to me, Cody. So a bit decode those prophetic messages free various prophets for not by but I'll put you up in a reservation. So yes, it said the original solid them and original public all my prophecies. All in the name of one man. The man of the moment, Mr. Dampare. Irrespective of what he's doing, a divided public and ABC a yepa because by now, because of what by now, come as statistics. By now, come the one to penny for any biso come down on that. But you know, and a bit more crack, so we be better all cry. So, my question is, yeah, more one can. Does that mean say any atrocities in your baby Ghana? Because me busa Elijah say, I said you also a mamma years still no money be seen or say it's inevitable. This 2022 has become a test year for us. One more thing so kind. I see, I saw for be brain, the prophets be brain. On be change your dealings. So on be share the other countries outside Ghana. Now, you see, young share how like I'm looking at the positive side now. So I'm going to one more Ghana. Let's weigh the positive and the negative and let's see what the outcome will be. From next week, you best start a show now because your topics are on here. There's prophetic issues, you know. I mean, not much was said. Tim said, you better share now, and you may see now, Auntie and car, and you may meet your special greetings. And come out, prophet, what is a prophet? The man of the moment, the Inspector General of Police, Mr. Dampare. You see the state power, this is what I always tell people. Now, Prophet Osman Paso here the prophetic, no. Can't be. To me, it was very interesting. But say, it's about time. Saying, Christopher was a politician, no. This is the time I must start to fill those positions, you know. Because when you have God's people in such places, that's a policy be bad, a decision be only make here. Such people, no, if you also be on the bias. Because now they are getting they are feeling the heat. I think, as of for the almost a day where they came to them as a surprise. But on the other hand, you might say it will maintain orders. And the previous IG before, no money, one on board money goes on. And I lead a baby, one new approach into the year on Sana. Say, you may see now, Auntie and can be before Corey, so yeah, there will be us. See, starting New Year, no. Happy New Year to everyone. Now, coming weeks, no, you best start to go back to your teachings now, I guess.